Hey friends, welcome to another episode of the podcast Lose Weight with Macros, the basics with me, your host Verona, and today we are talking everything exercise. Friday's topics are faith, food, fitness related, so today we haven't done a fitness episode in a while. So today's episode, we're talking about personal trainer reveals the truth about exercise. Now, when it comes to exercise, many of us think that we need to work out 2 hours a day, every single day, in order for us to burn fat faster. But my friends, today's episode is going to tell you exactly the whole truth and nothing but the truth about exercise and whether or not you have to do this in order for you to lose weight. Tune in for today's episode. Hey friend, welcome to Lose Weight with Macros, the basics podcast show with me, your host Verona, where I believe if you are the woman that you are struggling to lose weight, you're sick of crash diets, fad diets, and gimmicks, and you are willing to do whatever it takes to get the results that you want, you are in the right place. If you're somebody who's overwhelmed by all of the conflicting information out there, you're confused about how much protein you should be eating, how to count macros, you don't have time to figure out your macros, and you're sick and tired of repeating the same old boring meals because it is exhausting, you are in the right place. Because, my friend, this Lose Weight with Macros Basics podcast is specifically for you. You're the woman who wants to learn how to track your macros and do it sustainably, do it in a way that you can enjoy your foods and you don't have to cut out your favorite foods, and we're not here for that. So, my friends, if this is you, grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your water, grab your matcha, your notepad and pen, because today's episode is going to be a juicy one and you're going to need to take notes. So buckle up, friends, let's get it. One. So, as well as a nutrition coach and a mindset coach, I also get to help people around exercise, especially if you're trying to lose weight and have exercises that will help you build cardiovascular exercise and strength and building up your muscles. However, we seem to think that if I do 2 hours of exercise per day, that's going to help me burn fat faster. And if I'm sweating a lot, that means that's a good sign that I'm working out hard enough. Now, is that actually true? I am tackling this today because this is a big misconception, especially when it comes to exercise. There's loads of misinformation out there about what it takes to actually get fit. So I thought I would do an episode today for you to clear this all up. But we're going to get straight in with tip number one. Now, most people think you need to exercise more. Now, this is not further from the truth. I cannot tell you how untrue this is. Now, I remember when I was trying to lose weight, when I did keto, and I do not recommend anybody does keto unless you have a medical care provider telling you to use this treatment for what it was intended to do, that was for patients with neurological conditions. Now, if you're somebody who wants to hear my views and my experience of what a ketogenic diet did to my body, you can listen to the 2-part series that I did over in the ABCs of weight loss. That whole series is free training. You have got literally 26 hours worth of free training. Hello friends, you have got a whole library. You should be getting some results at least by listening to those episodes. If you're here every week, I love you being here. Welcome here. If you're new, you stumbled upon the episode, welcome. This is an episode where I talk all things macros for women who have tracked macros before. You've never heard of macros, but you want to lose weight in a healthy, sustainable way. And if you're somebody who needs the accountability of a coach, then you can join Focus on the Fat Loss, and our next round opens up in November. Girl, we're getting you ready for January. So January, when it comes, you do not need to sign up for a New Year's resolution or sign up for another diet that has not worked for you in the past. Okay, you can go to the website vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/focus to reserve your space. Again, it's open for 20 women. Now, when it comes to exercise, most people think that you need to exercise more. Now, I cannot tell you that this is so incorrect. Now, I was working out when I did keto. I was working out twice a day, 4 times a week, 4 days in a row. Then I added a top-up session on Saturday. So needless to say, you'd think that I would be snatched by then, right? Nope. My body said to me, you are not eating enough food and you're working out too much, therefore causing excessive stress in your body, and I cannot lose any fat. Now, I couldn't understand it. I was like, why am I not losing fat? I'm doing all the things that they said. They said I need to exercise more and eat less. No, girl. Your girl did wrong. It wasn't until I, in fact, started to study and become a personal trainer and nutrition coach that I realized this was not it. So this is why I'm here telling you today that this is not it. Even if you were to exercise for 5 minutes a day, let me tell you that can have huge benefits on your body. And you might think 5 minutes. Well, let's put this into reality. If you're somebody over 200 pounds and you've not done exercise before, or you're somebody who is 450 pounds, it's going to be increasingly hard for you to get up and do a full 30-minute workout. So exercising 30 minutes, 5 minutes a day can help you incredibly get to your goal where you want to lose weight. and you want to do exercise and exercise more. We've got to start off small. Sometimes we have all these big dreams and big goals and big visions, and then we set ourselves up for failure because the expectations are far too high. Now, it doesn't mean you can't achieve these goals. It just means we've got to readjust our expectations and take it slow. Rome wasn't built in a day. This is not a sprint. It's a marathon, slow and steady pace. All of that fantastic stuff actually does get you results. I don't just tell you this just to sound good or to take your fun away. I'm telling you this because I've been there and I've tried to do too much too soon and it doesn't work. So instead of you getting to the place where it doesn't work, you're probably already there. You're at the place where it doesn't work. You don't know exercise. You know you need to lose weight and you're trying to do all of these things. You're forever searching the internet. Girl, it's time to stop all of that. So when it comes to spending time in the gym, unless you're doing a warm up and a cool down exercise afterwards with a 45-minute training exercise, you do not need to spend more than 1 hour in the gym per day. There are people who do 2 hours, an hour and a half. I don't know why. Now, some people spend that amount of time if they are new to exercise and they're getting used to it. That's different. But if you feel like you are having to force yourself to go on all of the equipment, to go around the gym 3 times, stand there, text a friend, say it to a friend, I don't know what I'm doing, and then you just stand and just look like out of place, that's not going to work for you either. So you do not have to do all of those unrealistic things in order for you to see results. Exercise does not have to be boring. Exercise can be so fun and exciting when you find something that you enjoy. Listen, I don't like doing burpees, so why am I going to calculate on give programs, include burpees in a program? They're fantastic for people who can do them. However, if you cannot even tie your shoelace, there's no way you're going to be able to do a burpee. Let's keep it real. If you're new here, welcome to the show. I like to give realistic, sustainable advice with some encouragement too. So I'm not all hard. I do love you. There's some love in there. Okay. So it's not about doing exercises that don't work for you that you feel like you have to do. If you're physically finding it hard to breathe and you almost pass out tying up your shoelace, a burpee is not going to help you. So if you're somebody who feels encouraged and if you're somebody who feels inspired to want to go and do this, there's no reason why some of your everyday activities can't be part of your workout routine. Now, when we do focus on the fat loss, that's one of the things that I created specifically in the workout plan. These are not specific personalized plans because this is a group coaching program, but I've given a variety of exercises that you can choose to do in any location in the gym or in your home. Of course, you do need to get the advice from your doctor and medical care provider to say that you are physically fit and able and healthy enough to do these exercises. Now, number 2, popular to contrary belief, most of you are scared of the gym. Now, believe me, gym can and they are very intimidating because you look around and people are on the weights and shouting out, doing it. When I go to do my weights, there are people in the gym, ugh, and I realize I'm doing that as well. I'm starting to do those noises. You're trying to do one more rep and you're trying to push, and that's you're mustering up all your strength as well. And you just feel out of place sometimes because you can feel like you don't know what you're doing. Popular to contrary belief, there are some friendly people in the gym that you can be like, sorry, excuse me. If you do that damsel in distress kind of look, yeah, which is what I did with a guy one time. I had no clue how to do this thing and the thing was stuck. And then he just came with his man strength and just did it. I was like, oh, is that how you do it? Thanks. But it actually worked. But it's about being friendly. I never saw him again, but it is about being friendly to some people, females or males in the gym. But if you're intimidated, it can be easy for you to not use the gym or feel afraid or feel scared, especially if you've not been in the gym for a long time. But can I tell you something? Can I burst this bubble here of fear? Let me tell you, every single person in that gym was once where you were. It's scary, it can seem overwhelming, but remember that when you come into the gym, know they were once where you started. Now, you might see people who look like what they're doing, but they are doing some funkiness when they're in the gym. Believe me, the things that I see, I'm like, what are you doing? I don't understand why people do it like that. And they don't know. Now, I'm not laughing at them, but I'm laughing because there are these like things on social media where people do the craziest things in gyms. I'm like, that is not what you're supposed to do with the exercise. Like, people actually get ready to go to the gym and do this particular move. If you've seen, it seems to be in Planet Fitness that they like to go and do these crazy things. If you've got a social media account and you see gym failures or gym funny talks or whatever it is, whatever the hashtag is, you might have seen these things. And I'm like, no, this is not it. Somebody got to go and tell her. You don't know whether they're actually being genuinely serious or they actually don't know. Either way, they will soon learn that that's not a way to do it. Most people, when it comes to being afraid of the gym, some gyms can be expensive. Some gyms can be very costly. But you've got to look at it like this. What is the benefits that your body is going to get and your health is going to get from being in the gym? They can add up really quickly, especially if you've got lockers. You have to pay for lockers and they don't come included. So these are the things that you do need to take consideration for. And following on from the last point, we're talking about people going to the gym and they have no idea what they're doing. Not everybody is suited for gym workouts. You might need some equipment that's specialized to you. This is where a personal trainer will come in and help you do that. They will set up a plan and they will also do that. Word of warning, if a personal trainer is trying to set you a Monday to Friday or even Monday to Sunday personalized nutrition plan or personalized meal plan, they're not qualified to do so. we are actually not qualified to do so. And in some states, it is actually illegal for us to call ourselves nutritionists if we don't have that nutritionist qualification. Now, obviously, I don't live in those states, but I am aware because my clients come from the states also. So I am aware of that. So it's not about prescribing you with a specific nutrition plan. Again, that's out of scope for personal trainers, but dietitians can give you, if you're somebody who wants to know what to eat for breakfast, snack, lunch, and dinner, you want to know that kind of scripted meal plan, then you can get a dietitian specifically. They're the only ones who are qualified to do that. Now, if you're somebody who wants to listen to meal planning episodes, you can listen to the episode that I did about why I don't give my clients meal plans. Number 3, you don't believe that you can get results without going to the gym and exercising for every day. This thing is about mindset. Now, you seem to think that it's impossible, even though you're tracking your macros, even though you've calculated your macros, even though you want to focus on calculating your macros, you've downloaded the 5-minute macros guide over on the website, vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/macros guide, and you're reading it and you're now saying, okay, this sounds like something I want to do. This is now the place that I know that I want to go. And you decided, right, Verona, can you count my macros for me? Can you calculate my macros? And either way you decide to join, you can eat that, you can do it yourself, or you can join Focus on the Fat Loss. So you decide to join Focus on the Fat Loss, where a nutrition plan is guided for you, and we go through the ideas of the meal plans, and you've got the recipes, high protein recipes, all of those things that you have. So you're ready to go, but your mindset is still saying to you, you think it's impossible to get results without going to the gym. But I'm here to encourage you, friend. It is absolutely not impossible at all. You can get fantastic results by doing exercises in the home that don't require a lot of space. You might need some equipment if you're going to start building muscle and including strength and resistance training, but you can do that with resistance bands as well. So, did you know if you laugh for 30 seconds, that burns about 15 calories? So, girl, get to laughing, laugh. Well, however your accent is, get to laughing. But if you started to do every 30 seconds and that equated up to an hour, that would help you still your body to burn 100 calories per hour just by laughing. So, if you want some fun, go and look on some social media and look at some videos. And if you replay those for over and over again, you will see that you've just burnt some calories by not doing any form of exercise at all. Now, there are other forms of exercises that you can do, sit-ups, but let me tell you something about sit-ups. You cannot sit up away or ab yourself, sit up the fat away on your midsection. It's not gonna work. You first have to burn down and break down the layer of fat that is already hiding your abdominal muscles that we all have. Now, let me tell you, abdominal core training is hard work. But if you're sitting here like I'm doing right now, I'm engaging my core whilst I'm talking to you. Core engaging. It helps you to stabilize your back, helps you improve your posture. There are so many different things that your body can do when it comes to it, but you need to focus on how you can engage your core. Now, you can see I'm talking, my core is fully engaged. I can feel it fully engaged, and here I am fully not engaging my core at all. Now, you can see the difference between the talking, and also if you could see me, you could see the difference or the deflation of my posture at the same time. And now we are sitting up straight. Immediately when you engage in your core, that all immediately causes your body to sit upright, and you can actually hear the difference in my tone of voice. Now, if you're somebody who is considering exercise, to make this easier on yourself, invest in a pair of exercise bands or resistance bands, but make sure you have the appropriate method to tie them up, because you can have an accident that hurts. Have you ever been stung by an elastic band or a resistance band? You don't want to do that, because if they ping back to you, that hurts. So if you're somebody who sits up and you're cooped up inside all day, working behind a desk like I am, sitting down watching TV all night or lying down, it's time to get up and go outside. When it's daytime, get up, go outside. Make sure you got the appropriate footwear. Gym gear can be expensive. Buy what you can afford. Buy what is within your means. They don't always need to be name brand active wear. You can buy any form of name brand wear as long as it's squat proof, meaning it doesn't show your undies or intimate parts of your body that doesn't need to be displayed when you're going to the gym. It can be jogging bottoms. It can be anything that you feel cooler in, and the right amount of footwear. You cannot scrimp and save on footwear. You have to get the right amount of footwear to avoid injury when you are walking, or if you want to work out at home barefoot, you can do so depending on your body and depending on you and any prior injuries. Again, it's important to check with your medical care provider before you undertake any health program at all. And lastly, you don't have to spend a lot of money, and you do not need to do exercise every day to get results. Now, it's recommended to get at least 150 minutes of moderate moderate exercise per day, 150 to 200 minutes of moderate exercise per week, excuse me. And that is amazing. That could be 3 days a week, that could be 4 days a week. You do not have to work out 7 days a week. People who work out 7 days a week are risking themselves and their body of becoming overtrained, and they don't know that. They thrive to get results. I'm not getting results. I'm not working hard enough. There's not an ounce of sweat. There's not a droplet of sweat. Listen, your body's sweating. That is a reaction to say that your body is overheating and your body is now excreting sweat and salt, etc., in the form of that is an action that your body does to cool down. Then there are other people who have issues or conditions that prevent them from sweating profusely, or they sweat profusely. But that's not an indication that you're doing this workout right or you're learning fat. Some people say sweat is fat crying. Ha ha ha. That's funny. It's a funny little meme that goes around. But it doesn't mean that if you're not sweating, it doesn't mean you're not working out hard enough. And if you are sweating, it doesn't mean that you're moving and you're burning fat. That just doesn't equate to it. And sometimes people tend to think that, and then they start to say, okay, wait, now can I add another hour of workout in my day? Can I do 2 hours of workouts per day? No, you do not need to do 2 hours of workouts per day. Stop doing that to yourself. Stop. You don't need to do that. It isn't going to speed up your workout. It isn't going to speed up your exercise. It isn't going to speed up your fat loss anymore. It's definitely not that simple as if to say, if all we needed to do was just exercise 2 hours a day and then lose fat, everybody would be doing it. You wouldn't be listening. I wouldn't need to lose fat. I wouldn't need to have had trouble with diets for years and years and years. It isn't that simple. People make it sound as simple. And if you're looking at the physique of that person and you want to get to there, girl, you're in for a long, hard road, because to try to get yourself to lose a certain amount of body fat takes work, takes hard work, and takes discipline and consistency. And you've got to put a lot of effort in it. And you don't want to be doing that every day because you're tired. Believe me, I've tried to work out. I told you my own story where I worked out twice a day. Rough. And that was like an hour and a half. I was finished. I was tired. I was sweating I was sweating buckets because I was doing cardio, I was doing exercise. I would do cardio and strength back to back. I was finished. My knee was hurting. Oh, and I never lost a pound of fat at all. I did that for about 9 months throughout the duration of the time that I did keto. I couldn't do it anymore. My body's like, no, you can't do it anymore. When I started to learn and understand macros, everything changed. Hence why I focus on the fat loss. November round, you need to be in this round. So when it comes to doing exercising smart, doing more with less effort and time. That doesn't mean doing more exercise. It just means you're exercising smarter by not doing ineffective nonsense exercises, by incorporating strength and resistance training. And also you can do some things where you can work out at home. Work out at home. If you can afford a gym and you prefer to go to the gym, go to the gym. So that's it. Quite quick, sweet and short. Today's episode was quite quick and sweet and short. And these are a personal trainer reveals the truth about exercise. The reality is you don't need to spend hours in the gym every single day. You don't need fancy equipment. These things can help, but you don't need it. There are things that you can do to lose weight and to build strength and endurance. That's what you're doing. Cardiovascular or cardio exercise helps with the heart. It helps benefit the heart, opens up the lungs, all of that fantastic stuff, and our body loves it. When we're stuck sitting on the sofa day by day and just watching the same things, our body gets stiff. Yes, I'm still holding in my core for those of you who are wondering, but our bodies start to get stiff on our posture, and you get hunchback, you get humpback. Just learning, your body will creak and make some noises, but just learning to do these things, you will see benefits in. You just need to find something that works for you and then stick with it. As long as you're consistent, as long as you're dedicated, you will see results over time. It can be discouraging, it can be disheartening, especially when you are seeing other people getting results and you're not getting results. The scale seems to be going up. It doesn't mean that you're doing something wrong. It doesn't mean you need to work out your body even harder, and it doesn't mean that you need to eat even less. So what happens is you just start eating bird food and you're hungry. You're starving hungry. People are asking you, the children are asking you, are you okay, mommy? Are you hungry? Then you start to develop that binge and restrict. This is so why I became a coach, because I was doing all of this and I felt like this is what I needed to do more and more. And the thing is, the more I believed those lies, the more I started to find those accounts that were telling those lies. And so that's where it sounded like more and more people were doing this. And then I got sucked into becoming a beach body distributor. I wasn't a coach because you're not qualified to coach. And there are coaches that are on there. That's what they call them. Distributors on there that tell you, I don't have any nutrition qualifications. You don't need to have any nutrition qualifications. I think you do need to have qualifications, babes. You definitely do. You cannot give anybody nutritional advice if you are not qualified to do so. How can you blatantly come up and say, I don't have no nutrition qualifications, but I'm helping you? What? Helping me do what? develop disordered eating. No, no, and push a product that is not part of my own business. No, 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 no. If you want to go in here, go and listen to episode 110 on my views on that, as whether or not you need supplements, MLM supplements to help you lose weight. But this is the thing, when it comes to social media, we're in a social media world where we've got that message, and this message seems to be speaking loud to us more than it does slow and steady. Now, if you're somebody who wants those quick fixes, I'm not the coach to help you. Thank you for being here, but I'm not the coach to help you, because I'm not going to share that message where you need to do this, you need to do that. If you just stop doing this, if you eat from colored containers, then you're going to do this. If you notice, majority of the coaches are very slim, and they have like probably 10% of muscle fat or body fat, that their body tends to look like, and this is no disrespect to any woman, but it tends to look like a grown woman's body, but the physique of a child. So they will tell you that they're doing strength training. They will tell, and I looked the same when I started to do that. I looked so skinny, and like, why do you look like that? I looked sick. I don't know if you've heard this story before, but I remember I hadn't seen a member of my family for a long time, and they were really flabbergasted at the way I looked, and the fact that I'd lost so much weight drastically. I looked really sick, and that's the result that these supplements can give you. Though they look slim, you see the before and after. If you're doing that much strength training, if you're eating that much food, then you should have a different type of body, not that body that looks sickly. You can see your ribs. That's not attractive for adult women. Where you're looking, your body physique is the same as you were when you were in your teens. If women are trying to encourage you to do that, there's something wrong with that message there. And if that's what you want to do, I am not going to stop you. But if you're somebody who wants to know how to lose weight slow and steady, you know that it's going to take a while, but you know that you are ready to do this consistently, then you're the type of person that should be in focus on the fat loss. And that's why I created it, to help you get these results long term, not to keep starting diets every single Monday or every single year, or worrying about Thanksgiving, or doing, I ate too much over Thanksgiving, or I ate too much over Labor Day weekend, and then I'm so bloated. Oh my gosh, I stand on the scale, I've gained 5 pounds. Let's stop doing that. Let's find a way that actually helps you, and let us do this for real. If you're ready to do this with me for real, sign up to the waitlist for Focus on the Fat Loss, where we will help you do this for real. You don't need to spend hours in the gym, but if you're somebody who's ready to come away from this quick fix mentality and diets and all of that restrictive stuff, you want to learn how to do real life, you want to learn how to cook meals for your children and your family, but you're not having to cook one thing for the children, one thing for you, then they go out and get a takeaway. You want to do all of this and you want to learn it. Focus on the Fat Loss is the group coaching program to help you do so. vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/focus. And if you want it dialed in specific to you, one-to-one coaching is the high investment that you need. All of the details are on the website below, where you can catch me. Friends, we've come to the end of Friday's episode. I hope you have a fantastic day and fantastic weekend, and I can't wait to catch you for Monday's episode. Don't forget to leave a review on iTunes if this has helped you, it's encouraged you, it's challenged you, and it's changed you, and your mindset is kicked you in the behind to get going, because you want to get sustainable results and you're done with quick fixes. Girl, you know this is what I'm here for. Love you being here. Can't wait to catch you on the next one. Hey friend, you made it to the end of the episode. What was your biggest takeaway from today's episode? Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review over on iTunes. And if you have any questions, comments, or concerns about today's episode, or you need help, then you can contact me over on Instagram at VA Nutrition Coaching Podcast, or email me support@vanutritioncoaching.co.uk, or you can head over to the Facebook page VA Nutrition Coaching Podcast. It helps us reach even more women who are fed up with dieting, don't know how to lose weight, they're frustrated with following Sally's results and they're not getting any of their own, and they just finally want to shed some pounds and do it in a way that they can sustain and they can enjoy. But my friends, that's a wrap for today's episode. I can't wait to catch you on the next one. Until then, friends, stay healthy, stay blessed, and remember, if you haven't already downloaded your 5-ingredient recipe pack, you can go to the website vanutritioncoaching.co.uk/recipes and download your 5-ingredient recipe pack. Who said healthy eating was boring? See you next time, friend.